Brian live from the Lockdown Lounge. Welcome to Saturday night. It's another Saturday night in Melbourne and we are still locked down. But that's okay. That's okay. Because what else would you rather do on a Saturday night than sit in front of your screen watching me in my bright red shirt? Really? Really? You can think of so many other things? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this, of course, is live from the Lockdown Lounge. And do you know what? We are brought to you by the wonderful, wonderful people at Cranbourne Music. I'm going to put my radio voice on. Cranbourne Music stores are open. They have their Limbrook store and their Elizabeth Street City store. You can shop online, click and collect, or get it delivered. Cranbourne Music for the musicians of now and the future. There you go. There's the live read. You know what? They're paying top dollar to get these dulcet tones to do. They're not paying top dollar. No. We love Cranbourne Music. We love Cranbourne Music, and we love that they're supporting us and supporting the music industry, which is exactly what we do. Now, we have a powerhouse performer for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very, very excited to introduce you to her or him. We don't give it away. Even though we've been promoting it all week, and actually anybody who's watching knows exactly who it is. Actually, imagine if everybody watching was like friends and family of the artist, and then we pulled a Swiftie and it wasn't that artist. That would be terrible. And all of those Facebook likes that we have at the moment would go down. Anyway, I've digressed considerably. So we are here to support the music industry. If you're watching from interstate or overseas, hi there, ciao, molto bene to everybody watching overseas. We are here to support the music industry. We have all of our normal sort of, all the normal segments that we have, including music, chat, gig chicken, coping with lockdown. Our new segment back when I thought I was cool, but we always start off with pets are good for ratings. I believe our guest tonight likes cats. So we've got a cat doing a dance because of music. Okay. So we're going to throw to this dancing cat. Pets are good for ratings, ladies and gentlemen. Roll the video. Oh, wow. That is exactly how I dance. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, time to introduce our guest. I think I've stretched this out for long enough. We've got how many likes? So we've got how many people watching? Lots and lots of people watching. Send in your messages, please. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our guest tonight, Saturday night guest, prime time, has a raw, emotive, soulful voice full of passion and angelic tones. This pocket rocket has the ability to blow your socks off. So, look, I would recommend when you go to a live performance is don't wear socks, because if you happen to be watching this performer and you're wearing socks, it's going to be very awkward when you have to walk across the stage and say, oh, excuse me, I've got to pick up my socks because she's blown them off again. With her captivating, powerful vocals. Now, this performer started her love affair with music at the tender age of 4. Coming from a musical family, she began singing jazz and contemporary music and performing on stage. Her vocal style is versatile across all forms of contemporary music. Her unique, soulful, sexy tones sound like no other. We will hear how sexy those tones are tonight. I know, we're getting there. I know, you're saying, come on. She has a degree in music theatre. Now, that is very, very interesting. I'm a music theatre buff. I want to explore that. From the Ballarat Arts Academy, where she trained intensively, not just, lazing around, intensively for 3 years in voice, acting and dance. She's a talented songwriter, the lead singer of Melbourne original soul funk band Mayfield. Okay. Now, I've seen stuff online. They are awesome, soulful, funky, and we'll talk a lot about that. She's recently been invited to be the judge on Channel 7 talent program All Together Now, featuring Ronan Keating and Julia Zamero. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I give you the amazing pocket rocket, because it says so here, Carla Troiano. Hello, Carla.
Hello. Hello. Happy Saturday night, everybody.
Oh, my God.
Getting down and has a nice glass of wine. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for having me.
You are so welcome. Thank you for inviting us into your lounge room.
No, thanks. Welcome.
It's a beautiful little strategic palm tree in the background there.
I probably got a little bit more creative, creating a bit of a set. But I was like, look, I don't often do these things, so why not?
Yeah, well, you've done it.
Literally step into my office. So
yeah,
I've been spending a lot of time on this couch, so I think like most people have. And being Saturday night, if I wasn't talking to you, I'd probably be sitting on it watching Netflix,
Right.
I'm living large. So like everyone else at the moment. So thanks so much for having me.
You are very welcome. And look, really, would you rather Netflix or talking with Brian?
I'd rather be talking to you. I was quite honoured. I mean, I've been following what you've been doing and been loving it. And, I've had lots of peers and colleagues and people that I've looked up to, a part of the show, and I love it. I think it's such a brilliant concept and something really awesome that, we can look forward to and get creative and have a chat. And, I'd probably be, eating popcorn. So this is really fun.
Well, thank you so much, Carla. You read that exactly as I wrote it. So thank you, word for word. Exactly. Except you forgot the bit of, gee, you're looking really good, Brian, that I put at the bottom.
Really good. I love this space. You always practice.
That's what I wrote. That's exactly what I wrote. Jeez, you told to get there.
I've got the teleprompter. There's a teleprompter.
Yeah, it was stuck.
I've got the teleprompter.
Now, are you comfortable always being called pocket rocket, pocket dynamo? You're always in everybody's pockets.
I know.
Are you happy about that?
I don't know how to take that comment, but let's just say it's good. Well, I think a lot of people say that to me because, I don't know, for people who do know me, and I'm small in stature, so I'm about 5 feet tall, and most of the time people don't think that I'm that small because I'm always in very, very large heels. And then when they see me like in a rehearsal space or going for a walk, they're like, wow, you're quite small, the first time they realise that. And then I think I've got quite a big voice, so often since I was young, since I was a young little girl, people have been like, you're so small, but your voice is so big. So I think that's kind of where I've gotten that little nickname from, which is, I don't mind it, pocket rocket. I mean, there's worse things to be called, isn't there?
Definitely. And you know what? I don't mind
it. Yeah.
I've been called most of those worst things, so I know. I only wish that someone would just call me a pocket rocket.
Pocket rocket. Yeah, I'm going to take it.
I've had a pocket rocket many times, but
maybe that can be my next gig merchandise. Pocket rocket.
I think so. Hey, you know what I would like to do, because you are going to sing us some songs throughout this show, and you're going to sing us a couple of originals, right? Yeah, which is fantastic.
I haven't actually sung for about 2 months, so I need all of the good vibes to come my way, and hope that the voice still works.
Well, I've got a way that we can help that, and we did this with our guest last Saturday night, Danny Eddy. Okay, so I'm just going to throw songs at you. Okay, I'm just randomly throughout this, and I just want you to sing whatever part of the song comes to mind. Yeah, it's just because we're going to do some original songs, obviously, as your performances. So I'm just going to throw you cover tunes, and then you just. And it could happen anytime during our conversation. So if I just now said to you, if I ain't got you Alicia Keys, give me a few bars now.
Oh, okay. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I ain't got you.
Oh, wow. Do you know what happened to me just then, Carla? Do you know what happened? My socks flew off.
Oh, your socks flew off. So the bio reads velvet.
That's right. It's in the bio.
Promoting false advertising,
No. Both of them. I know I was wearing
socks just flew off on their Saturday night as well.
Yeah. Well, look, I know I was wearing double because it's cold. I was wearing double socks, and there's 4 socks on the other side of the room. So, wow. So, look, throughout the evening, I'm just going to throw to a song, and you will have to sing it. That was awesome, by the way.
You have to deliver. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
There you go. It's already working. We're in the flow. We're in the flow.
Like a carpool karaoke or something. Like I need to I'm into it. I love it.
Good. Thank you. So I see you've frocked up tonight, which I thank you for doing that. And I've noticed online you love to frock up. Some of your extravagant outfits. Tell us about them because they are amazing. Lots of feathers and tassels and all kinds of things going on there.
Well, it's really interesting that I don't think I really meant for that to become a thing. I think growing up and, my mum is such an incredible, she's just got incredible fashion sense. And sort of coming from a theatre background and the Johnny Young Talent School is where I started.
What? Really?
I did, yeah. Well, that's another story. I was just obsessed with Tina Arena. I'm still obsessed with Tina Arena. So I wanted to do everything that she did. So I was like, I want to do Young Talent Time. And by that stage, it was kind of not really happening. But anyway, I did it anyway.
Hey, Carla, I'm in chains, Tina Arena.
That song's really hard to sing.
Just a couple of lines.
I speak to so many singers about this and they're like, I can't sing it, it's too hard. Should have known passing through the gate, the ones inside I could not escape. I never thought this could happen to me. Never thought this is where I'd be. But baby, look at me. I said, baby, look at me. I'm in chains. Baby, I'm in chains.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Man, that was very mean of me so early in the piece.
Whoa, ease me in.
I am so. If I had $1 for every time a woman said that to me.
I'm on that now. I was like,
Okay.
I just got really nervous then. I was like, oh, that song is really hard to sing.
I'm so sorry. Hey, what a great sport you are. You just run with it. Now, I interrupted you.
No, that's fine. I was like, sorry for anyone who can actually really sing that song really well.
No. Everyone at home is going, wow, this girl can sing. That's exactly what they're doing. Socks are flying off everywhere.
No one's got any socks. No
socks. One. It's barefoot Melbourne.
I should never promote socks as my merchandise then. So I digress. So I think the outfit thing really just became something that I really love, and it became a part of something that's really really a part of me. And I think a lot of people sort of, as things kind of moved forward in my career, it became a brand, which was sort of unintentional because I was always like that. I'd always be running around as a kid in costumes and clothes and things. And, I think this lockdown has really taught me a lot about not necessarily always identifying with that part of myself, but it's a massive part of myself that I love. And I love the theatrics. I mean, I've got a theatre background. I'm Italian. So I love that. And it became sort of a creative element just as much as the music, actually.
Yeah. So, well, you have to embrace all elements of the industry, don't you? And,
I don't love the idea. I mean, I love the idea of people being raw and honest and obviously and authentic to themselves. But then there's also this part of me that really loves a show. if you think of people like Lady Gaga, you think of Kylie Minogue, you think of Janet Jackson, you think of Michael Jackson, you think of Elton John, you think of, Bruno Mars, you think of the greatest artists of our time, all have this kind of, not necessarily persona, but they kind of step into an element of theatrics, which I think is something that I really love.
Yeah, it's an alter ego.
I don't know how much my band loves it, but I definitely love it.
No, because they're always getting hit by feathers and tassels. Of course they don't like it.
They're like your costumes are too big.
Everyone on stage is sneezing because there's a feather up their nose.
Yeah. So I enjoy that part, but I enjoy it just as much as, sitting around in my gym clothes and sort of relaxing as well. So I think it's sort of, the lockdown has sort of been interesting for me because there's a massive part of my life that isn't sort of being, I guess, explored and received, and I'm not having that creative energy. But then I'm also kind of going, oh, cool, now I can chill out in trackies. Let's see if my jeans fit in a couple of months. Who knows? So, yeah.
Well, if they're anything like mine, no jeans.
Probably not.
One thing that's going to happen at the end of this weekend, I'm going shopping.
Yeah.
Everything elasticated. That's what I want. Everything with big,
massive elastic pants. Yes, thanks. Yeah.
Now, speaking of being theatricals, you trained at Ballarat Music Theatre for 3 years. Yeah. So tell me about that experience and what made you, or have you made the choice to follow the sort of the band route as opposed to music theatre, or is music theatre still an option for you?
Well, I started music. I come from a musical family, so music for me has always sort of been a part of my life. I don't really remember a part of my life that wasn't that. I started music very young, but I started it probably in a more theatrical sense than most people. So again, like at the Johnny Young Talent School. So I was always on a stage, live, dancing in costume. Then I started doing vocal groups and sort of branched off into bands when I was about 15. Mm-hmm. My dad is a guitarist. My brother is a drummer. My mum can sing. I've also got sort of family from generations ago that were singers, and everyone, and I'm Neapolitan, so Neapolitan Italians sing and they're very loud, which is probably where I get the pocket rocket thing from.
So, actually, can I interrupt there, because we might have some Italian viewers tonight.
Yeah,
we might have some Italian relatives tonight. So, can we say something in Italian to our Italian viewers out there? Come on, they're all wanting.
Mia famiglia, ti voglio bene, ci vediamo presto. Which means I hope to see you soon.
Can you say, don't stop watching live from the Lockdown Lounge, and doesn't Brian look fantastic? Can you say that?
My Italian's not that good. My Italian teacher's probably going to teach me how to say that. So I've been doing some Italian lessons so that I can speak a little bit more fluently, because I'm second generation. So my parents were born here, and I never learned how to speak fluent. So I've made that my mission for the next time I go and visit my family there. I'm going to be able to speak fluently. So I'll
Fantastic.
that next time.
Yeah. No, that's okay. I'll say it in French or something.
So I was like, can anyone like Facebook Live how to say it, or say it in like a language that you know, and that way we can all learn how to say it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Our audience will probably say it in some different language, and I'll try and say it out phonetically, and it'll be swear words or
hieroglyphics or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how to read that. So I studied musical theatre because I had always done drama. So I was an actor for quite some time at high school, and also a musician. And then I sort of got to the end of when you need to figure out what you supposedly want to do with your life, and which is year 12. And I was really passionate about theatre and auditioned and got in, and my dancing skills are questionable. Now, if anyone's seen me out on a Saturday night at a bar, probably they're like, no, you're actually pretty good. Not this Saturday night, because we might go to bars, but, another time. So I studied theatre, and I have a real passion for it, and I love it, but unfortunately I didn't have the dance training that I needed. And I think to kind of go up in an industry where you just don't have that amount of training. I just I kind of realised when I got to the end of the course that being employable was probably going to be a little bit harder, particularly in Australia, to be able to get, that kind of work. And I've always been involved with bands and loved working with bands and writing music, and so I kind of fell into that. And there's a massive part of me that would love to get back into theatre. So if anyone watching would like to give me some work in theatre when that starts up, awesome. Just don't make me do pirouettes and stuff. So I think that I kind of and everyone who does theatre professionally or not, or who just loves it, my heart's going out to you right now, because I know that that's not what you're able to do right now, but the discipline involved in that is just to do 8 shows a week and something like that. I take my hat off to you.
Yeah, and to your point earlier, you do need to be a bit of a triple threat, don't you?
100%.
Musical theatre. My daughter is studying at the moment.
And 2.5.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
2.5.
Yeah, my daughter is studying theatre at the moment, and the amount of work that she's doing, dance, vocal, acting, is just incredible. Fortunately, she's got a father like me that is amazing at all those.
Great mentor. Amazing.
No, great mental, I think, is more appropriate.
Mentor.
All right. Hey, Carla, Fly Me to the Moon, Frank Sinatra.
Ooh. Oh, everyone who's jazzy, I apologise. I love this song though. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, I love you.
Ah, so good, so good. You're such a good sport for doing this with me. I'm putting you on the spot.
I never seen that. I can fake jazz, which was definitely
there's no
thanks. No, that was fun.
No faking that. That was awesome. Hey, let's talk about Mayfield, because I know this is your absolute passion, and we're going to do one of your original songs from that project.
We're going to do 2.
We're going to do 2. Well, we're about to do 1, and then we'll talk, and then we'll do 2. Hey, I'm the host. I'm the host here, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about that project, Inception, and what the vibe is, where people can go and see any of your stuff on YouTube, Insta, all that kind of jazz.
Mayfield is it's been such a big part of my life for 7 years, and it started as a cover band, actually. With 2 of the members who are still in the band, Jesse Chin Kwan, and everyone knows him as Kenny, so I won't reveal his name, Kenny. And we sort of started it as a bit of a jam band, and then it kind of progressed into writing songs, and then we were actually jamming a couple of Curtis Mayfield tunes, and that's how we got the name Mayfield. And over the last few years, it's had a few different lineups, and it became this project that we all completely fell in love with. And we released, I'm going to do some shameless promotion.
Oh, wow, look at that. She's got props.
I've got props. We released a record 3 years ago, which was produced by Ivan Kachoyan, who's in Cooking on 3 Burners, The Traffic and Kilohertz. He also obviously runs this little baby with me. He produced a record, and it's been a journey, because that record was completely self-produced, completely independent, and we did all of it ourselves, and it took us 3 years to get it off the ground. And it's been, the project is not only have I sort of really found my musical legs, I've really created some pretty amazing friends, and it really gave me an incredible grounding to learn about the industry and develop incredible friendships and learn a lot from great mentors. And, the project's been, it's had its moments when you're an original independent artist.
Of course.
I've had moments where I'm like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. Oh, I love this so much. No, I'm not doing this anymore. And it's been, when that record was released, it was literally, I don't have any children, so I apologise if I'm likening this to that, but I literally felt like I'd held my baby in my arms. And
was the recording like giving birth?
Look, I don't know. Maybe watched it a few years after I maybe had it. It had its moments. But we are working on new material at the moment, and we were planning on releasing a single very soon and having a launch, but like everything, it's on pause. Yep. So if you would like to give us a bit of love, we're Mayfield Official on Instagram, Mayfield Official on Facebook, and Mayfield Official on YouTube. So, and also if anyone would like to purchase a copy of the vinyl, I also have, hold on, if anyone still listens to these vintage babies, a CD.
Fantastic.
We've got a Bandcamp, which is Mayfield Official also. Otherwise, hit me up on Instagram and I will send you a personally signed copy.
Wow. Yeah. And a sock.
And a sock.
Yes.
I'm going to have to go to Kmart online and buy these socks, signed socks. I'm into this. I feel like this could be a thing.
I think it will be. And so on those websites will be coming up on the screen as we're speaking now, so people will be able to jot them down and get in contact with you. So just give us a little bit of a feel for the style and the genre that you've gone for and why that, or how that sort of evolved.
So I have always loved soul and funk music. I've also always loved R&B. So I think when I met the guys in the band, initially we all gravitated towards that style. And then we just kind of started writing music that was in that genre. So I would say that we're a soul, funk, R&B band. There's a little bit of pop in there. And I should shout out to all the amazing guys that are in this band who just, they're my best friends and we've been through a lot. So Jesse Chinquan is on the bass. We've got Benjamin Huseman on the keys, Kenny on the sax. We have Andrew Beveridge on the guitar and we have Ivan Troiano on the drums. So thanks, guys. I love you guys heaps.
We love you, Mayfield. We love you, team.
And I should say that when we invite everyone into our family, it's Mayfam. You're part of the Mayfam. So, yeah, we're really looking forward to getting back on a stage and sharing our new music with you, which we have put a bit of a pause on for now. Yep. But in the meantime, you can enjoy our records. So.
And this, what a beautiful segue for your first song. And tell us the first song you're going to sing for us and why you chose this song.
This song is actually a newer song. So it's not on Victim of Circumstance, but it'll probably be on our next record. This was one of the first songs that we wrote after that album. So I think when you've come off the back of, a 12-track album that's taken 3 years and you sort of, as an artist, you can kind of struggle to get back in that creative rhythm sometimes. And this song came really naturally and I'm doing an acoustic version with piano, which is played beautifully by Benjamin Huseman. Hey, Benny. And it's called Empty Chair. So it's pretty self-explanatory, I think, when you hear it. But, I think basic human emotion and love is what we all really feel, and that sense of emptiness and sadness is something I think that, we all identify with. And at the time of writing the song was something that I definitely was feeling. And but it's sort of a bit there's a bit of an uplifting kind of vibe there as well, and I think it's just a real story. So it's Empty Chair by Mayfield.
Great. All right, so I'm going to let you get set up there, and we are going to hear exclusively. I'm going to say exclusive. We've had so many exclusives here.
Well, it's the first time.
From Mayfield.
It's the first time that this version has ever been played anywhere. So
there you go. So it is exclusive to Live from the Lockdown Lounge, ladies and gentlemen. Singing Empty Chair. Carla, take it away.
Sweet dreams end at 9 o'clock. You better hurry or you miss me. Left it writing for you on the wall, but in a color that you can't read. The table's all been cleared. Your plate's been getting cold. I ordered what you need. It's out of my control. I'm waiting for no one, just looking at my phone. There's nothing there. It's cliche, the timing. Baby, it's just you denying me and the empty chair. Don't burden me with sacrifice. I gotta fix the bill the same way. I just wanna make it good for you, but now I'm gonna have to up and pay. I know you're being brave. You say it's yours, not mine. I put my things away. They say it's closing time. I'm waiting for no one, just looking at my phone. There's nothing there. It's cliche, the timing. Baby, it's just you denying me and the empty chair. Still, I can't be mad at you, 'cause I don't think you speak your truth. Maybe the timing's out, but I know that you feel me feeling rough. Wishing a perfect world I could be in your arms and not be so tough. I'm waiting for no one, just looking at my phone, but there's nothing there. It's cliche, the timing. It's just you denying me and the empty chair. I'm waiting for no one. I'm just looking at my phone. It's cliche, the timing. Baby, it's just you denying me and the empty chair. I'm waiting. I'm just looking at my phone. Yeah, it's cliche, the timing. Baby, it's just you denying me and the empty chair.
Carla, that was amazing. What a beautiful, beautiful song. And like you said, very emotional, but it's got an uplifting message in there too, which is really appropriate for now, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And I think particularly when you listen to the bridge, it's got a real forgiving element in there. And I think that without sounding preachy, I think that's probably the biggest thing that as a human race we're probably learning at the moment, as frustrating as everything is. So Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And it's definitely one of my favourite Mayfield songs to sing.
Yep.
No.
It was beautiful. Thank you so much. Hey, did you know that we are sponsored by Cranbourne Music? Did you know that, Carla?
I didn't know that.
Did you? Oh, that's good. That means my commercials, my voiceovers are resonating. So
I actually need some new music gear, so it's good to know that you guys are open. So
they are open. Their stores are open.
Next week.
Great. We love it when our artists shop at Cranbourne Music.
No, actually, I need to buy some bits and pieces. So it's good to know that they're still open, because I think everyone's like, especially being home, you want to kind of, vibes. Why not?
Fantastic. Well, let me put on my radio voice for a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, Cranbourne Music are open. Their stores are open, I tell you. Limbrook and Elizabeth Street City. You can shop online, you can click and collect, or you can get it delivered. Now, there's something else going on, okay? A massive promotion on Taylor guitars. Massive, I tell you, massive. Now, you've got to go online to check all this out. It's called Taylor Days. It's a massive deal on Taylor guitars. Now, they're doing a massive promotion on this, where you can get Taylor guitars. I would jump online to find out all about it, ladies and gentlemen. Cranbourne Music, looking after you and the musician of the future. Hey, Carla, we have actually, Carla. I know you've just sung, but ain't nobody Shaka Khan. Ain't nobody Shaka Khan. One of my favourite songs.
All right.
Ain't nobody loves me better, makes me happy, makes me feel this way. Ain't nobody loves me better than you.
I hope everyone's like, yeah.
I am certainly.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like I'm like turning light bulbs on and.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
like having a little dance in your lounge room on a Saturday night. I mean,
nothing like it. This is entertainment, ladies and gentlemen.
Go for it.
The cheapest free entertainment you'll ever get. Now, we have a new segment, Carla. It's called Back When I Thought I Was Cool, and we ask our artists to send in through pictures of themselves back when they thought they were cool. So, any good segment needs a good sting. So, roll the sting.
Ooh, how you like me now? How you like me now? Ooh. Back when I thought I was cool.
Yeah. Anyone asking who the sexy voiceover voice was? That's me. That's me. Putting on my sexiness. So, Carla, you've sent in an entry. Now, you're very fresh, young, and innocent looking, and we'll put up the picture now. Look at you. Look at you. So beautiful and young, and just, not that you're not beautiful and young now, I should say. You're still full of those things now. You were younger. And tell us where was that, and how was that, and why was that?
That was complete with butterfly clips and all. I don't know if anyone watching remembers how much of the range they were. They were very cool, okay? So that was my first demo cover. I went into the studio for the first time and recorded, and I got out of the studio. Is definitely not there anymore. And I had my first photo shoot, Star Shots. Does anyone remember Star Shots? So Star Shots was like meant to be for glamour, families, all little cute babies, and then I rock up going, I want a bright yellow background in my butterfly clips. And I think I was wearing a New York City t-shirt. And I was 11. Oh, 11.
How cute.
That was like my claim to fame.
Yeah. And you would have thought you were very cool, wouldn't you? You would have thought this is it.
I'm like, I gave that CD out to all my friends. Like, what a loser. I didn't even make them pay for it. I just gave it to them like they didn't have a choice.
But so much, resonates with all musos because family and friends have had to go to gigs and, support all the original music and stand in empty pubs and clubs for years and years and years. And so,
sorry, guys. Love you.
We've all done it. And I still try and wear butterfly clips today, but they just fall all the time. I don't know why.
Maybe we should get you some red ones.
Yes. And they need to be very spiky so they dig into my scalp so they can stay on. But anyway, people, that was back when
that's hilarious. I can't believe I just put that live on this.
Back when I thought I was cool. Roll the sting.
Ooh, how you like me now? How you like me now? Ooh. Back when I thought I was cool.
There you go. Now, Carla, this is part of the show where we get a little bit deep, a little bit serious, a little bit
serious face.
Yeah, serious face.
All right,
it can be as serious as you want. It doesn't have to be, but obviously we're here and we're in this predicament now because of the whole COVID-19 thing, and we like to talk about how each of our artists got to this position, what their initial emotions were, how they're coping, and what their mechanisms are for sort of getting out of it. So we always start a little bit with gig cancellations. I think most people have had a similar type journey where the phone just rang off the hook. But I want to know about your first reactions and your emotions when you started to get those gig cancellations coming through.
I started to get them probably maybe the second week of March. They started to come through, and I was like, that's all right. And I was sort of in denial, actually, for I think a good fortnight. I was definitely in denial. And I had a couple of last gigs that managed to go through because that was before venues were closed, and I got one wedding in before there was obviously no weddings and things. So I spent 2 weeks in denial, actually. And I spent probably 2 weeks in denial about everything, going, it's not that serious, and it's going to be fine. And then all of a sudden the whole industry just, crumbled around me, and obviously around all of my friends and peers and colleagues. And it was a bit of a disbelief at first, and I think in a way I went through a bit of a grief period where I was just shocked and just heartbroken about not being able to be on a stage and not being able to do what I love. And then I remember being at my last wedding gig and getting off, from performing, and just cried, just bawled my eyes out. And I remember watching the performance and watching the players and watching the people and going, this is breaking my heart, because it's not only taking it away from us and artists, it's taking it away from everyone who enjoys it. And like everybody, I don't know when I'm going to be able to do it again in that capacity, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to watch it again. So I was really, I think I was a bit numb for a while, and then went through like a wave of, this is not happening. Oh, it's happening. No, it's not. I'm numb. Now I'm crying. This really up and down type of emotion, and just general like sadness. And I think a lot of artists will agree with me that it really becomes a part of your social life too. You use that as your way of catching up with people, with dressing up, with feeling good, so it was a bit like, oh God, what do I do on a Friday and Saturday night now? Talk to Brian.
Hey, there are worse things.
There are worse things.
Definitely worse things.
It was just brutal for a while. And I think I was really like, they're overreacting. And then I was like, oh, fuck. Ooh, am I allowed to swear?
You're allowed to swear. Yeah,
I was like, I don't know, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
I was like, they're really overreacting. And then obviously having, family in Italy, and then how quickly that escalated, and I've got friends in, you know, New York and London, and just kind of seeing all that happening, and I was like, oh my God, they're not overreacting. This is a real serious thing. And then I think apart from the creative side of that, then a whole bunch of other emotions came into it with, okay, this is very dangerous. So yeah. I was like, oh.
Well, look, I mean, even when you're talking about it now and you're sort of reliving those emotions, I can hear how emotional you are still about it, which brings me to another point. You put out a post on social media recently, and you were very raw and honest about the fact that you weren't coping that well, and that you were struggling. And a lot of people are putting up, I guess, you know, rightly so, being positive and trying to find ways to be creative and all that. And of course, we welcome that. But I guess it's important to be real to yourself. And you put out a post and said, hey, I'm struggling. I'm not, you know, tell us a little bit about that. And you had like major response from around the industry and friends who, you know, tried to, I guess, pick you up and lift you up.
Yeah. Well, I think that social media and things, you know, there is so much positive about it, because you can connect with people, you can share experiences and obviously whatever you're creating musically and all of those kinds of things. But I think the flip side of that is that it can be really overwhelming if you're not feeling like you're stepping up. And for me, it felt like I was watching, you know, a lot of my peers around me be very creative, and I know that you shouldn't be comparing yourself, and you shouldn't be doing this and you shouldn't be doing that. And people can say that all they like, in my opinion. But I think as a human being, if we're going to get really real, that isn't necessarily always the case. So I was just sort of, you know, going to write music, or, you know, going, oh, maybe I'll do a live stream gig. And I just didn't have any motivation to do that. I didn't have any want or need to do that. And I felt like, I felt like I couldn't step up, that I wasn't good enough, that I'd been wasting my time all these years. Like, what are you doing, Carla? You know, like, and all of those thoughts went through my head. And I think with my personality and with the type of person I am, I'm very happy to share that with people. And that is one of the things that I love about my social media personally, is I know that if I do feel the need to, the response with that was a lot of care and love, which I think is really important, particularly now more than ever. But then also I had a lot of response from people who were going, thank you for sharing that. I feel exactly the same way. And maybe they don't feel like they can as I maybe can, but it sort of connects the dots, I think, for a lot of people. So I was just feeling like I couldn't write music. I was getting frustrated. I was like, I don't know how to do an ISO jam. I don't know how to use technology. And then I felt like everything that I can do was irrelevant, which is not true, and not true to anyone who's watching. But I felt unworthy. And I think that, you know, having that response that I did off my social media really picked me up. And then hearing the fact that I had picked up other people by saying that, it was this kind of really beautiful way to lift people up and go, hey, if you don't feel like being creative right now and you want to just sit around and watch TV, or you want to, you know, play video games, or you want to do a puzzle or cook or do something else, that's okay. And I think that this is like, you know, really a strange bloody time for everyone. So yeah, it was tough. It was a really tough few weeks for me. Yeah.
Yep. And it's a really important point that you acknowledge the emotions. And like you mentioned before that about it being a competitive industry, and acknowledging the fact it is a competitive industry. We are very supportive of each other, but everyone's striving for that gig, or striving for that record deal, or striving for that recognition. And so by nature, you know, you do have to be competitive. Yeah. But like you said, you know, there's a lot of people that are being proactive and putting out all this stuff. And if you're not either equipped to do that or don't feel like doing that, then you've got to you got to acknowledge those feelings and deal with it. And I think it's brave that you were able to put that out there, and it's great. I'm heartened to hear that you got such positivity from social media.
And I think just quickly that I love watching that too. It's very inspiring. It's not like I'm watching that going, there's no negative malice or anything like that. It really comes from a massive heart space personally. That I'm so proud to know of or have been able to work with so many amazing people and musicians and artists of all kinds who are able to do that and then inspire other people to do that as well, which I really want to be able to say, because I think that there's a lot of joy that comes with that as well, that you kind of go, oh, wow, that's really cool and that's really creative, and maybe I never would have seen those people work together. And so I really love that. And I think once I kind of got out of the space of being internal, which I think so many artists do, we all get in this internal crazy space, and once you kind of remove that, and you go, oh, that's really enjoyable, and I really love that. I love watching that, and I think that, and then coupled with the support of other people, and then knowing that I had helped others as well, really took me out of that space as well. Yeah. But I think a lot of people, I mean, it's a tough time. So it's sort of, I think if you can keep it real and connect, then, I mean, we've got such amazing platforms to do that. So I think we should keep that going.
You just need to be truthful with your own emotions, and everyone's got a different journey that they're on, and and
everyone's probably going through their own way of dealing with ups and downs and highs and lows, and this is going to be great, or this is fucked.
Yes.
So whatever. Yeah.
But and to your other point, I think we have a very supportive industry, and like you said, there's lots of live streaming and things like that, and I see lots of people that are going across that are streaming themselves one night and then supporting others. We've got our audience is built up of essentially musos who are very, very supportive of the show. Hey. And I guess that's what we've got to try to do is keep working on our craft if you want to, which brings me to my next point. After you've gone through that sort of scenario, those emotions, those feelings, where are you at now? Do you feel like you've sort of purged and you're ready to be creative, or you still want to stick with Netflix?
50-50. I often say, without sounding like we're in a therapy session, I often say break down, break through.
Yep.
So that is my kind of like way of, so I think that if you persevere with something and you have the support of a community, and if you feel like you can push through and keep going on or chipping away at something that's this big, you will come out the other side, which I certainly have. And so I'm feeling really lucky and grateful for the incredible support that I've had. So I am actually currently working on my first solo record, which is exciting.
There you go.
A little scary, but
is that another exclusive for Live from the Lockdown Lounge? That announcement?
Ta-da! I've kind of kept it under wraps, but now you know.
Wow.
Yeah, so I am planning to release that next year, obviously. And it's been a dream of mine to do that for quite some time. So stay tuned is what I would say.
Hey, Carla, pretty young thing, Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay. Where did you come from, lady? And ooh, won't you take me there right away? Won't you, baby? Won't you come? It's emergency. Can't remember the words. Come on, fire, something, come set me free. Don't you know now is a perfect time? We can make it right in the city lights. Then tonight is love and pain. Oh, let me take it to the max. I can't remember, that's terrible. I want to love you, PYT, pretty young thing. You need some loving.
Pretty good. Like, TLC. Yeah, I was like, oh, that was terrible, but whatever.
That was awesome. That was awesome. That was awesome. Thank you. Hey, we were talking a lot about mental health there, and we have an e-commerce platform where artists can nominate charities or themselves if they want our viewers to make donations to, and they can see all of our interviews on the website lockdownlounge.live. Now, you would like to nominate a charity, so tell us the charity you want to nominate and why.
I would like to nominate Beyond Blue because I think now more than ever we need to keep talking about mental health, keep breaking down the barriers of the stigma attached to it, keep talking about anxiety and depression on any scale, because I think a lot of people think that, to suffer from one of those conditions, it has to be really, really extreme, and that isn't necessarily the case. It can be brought on by situations like COVID, like we're into now. It can be a whole different sort of scenarios, and I really want to support a charity that really encourages people to pick up the phone or get online and have a chat. Maybe people don't want to advertise it. Maybe they don't want to. Maybe they're not as comfortable to see a counsellor or a therapist. Maybe they don't have the financial means. This service is free. And I think that no one is immune to this. So I think that artists, non-artists, mums and dads, people, anyone, please get behind Beyond Blue, because I know that a lot of people are finding some things really difficult at the moment. And even if they've even got text services, so if you're not comfortable with calling, you can text as well. So please,
that's a great sentiment, and the broader message there is to talk to people. Really, is to you're having trouble with something, talk to Carla. You can contact her through the Mayfield website, and you can talk to her anytime.
Yes.
And she will go and buy your instruments at Cranbourne Music as well. So your mental health is secure with Carla.
Please, yeah.
Mental health is secure with Carla.
So you're not alone. I know that sounds preachy, but you're just not. So if you can get on board in any way. Even if, you're having a shit day, or you're having, just reach out.
Yeah, that's good. That's a beautiful sentiment. And so that brings us to our second song. So tell us about this song, what's inspired, and, what the kind of feel is for this one.
This song is a really funky tune, and it's about that beautiful feeling that you feel when you're just about to fall in love with someone, like when like, hey, you like me, like there's a thing there, like we're a thing. It's developing into something really beautiful.
It's when the butterflies are in the stomach and not on the head.
Butterfly clips. It's like a thing. Like I'm very it's conducive. So, and it's called My Man. And it's a funky Mayfield track that people, usually like to groove to, get into.
Is there a Carla My Man at the moment?
Oh
yeah, we asked the serious questions here. We want another exclusive.
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to talk to my agent about that one. I don't know if I can answer those kinds of questions. Look, maybe.
Okay. All right. Well, let's hope he's watching, and let's hope that he's...
I don't think he'll have a choice.
Yeah.
If he exists. No.
If he exists, and hopefully he's sitting there.
Maybe I've just dreamt him up in COVID and he's not.
Maybe.
Carla, that's not a real person. That's the cat. Oh, that's weird.
That is weird, Carla. That's weird. That's taking the show in a different direction that we don't want to go. Okay? Yeah. But you know what? There is a man sitting down in his lounge room with butterflies in his stomach and no socks on, going, "That's my girl. That's my girl."
Oh, that's funny. I should point out that this track particularly, it's off our record. I'm just gonna show it again.
Product placement.
Product. Victor of Circumstance, Mayfield, hello.
Yeah.
I'm using an instrumental track from the album, and it features a couple of very, very special people that I'd like to have a shout out to on backing vocals. One of them is the amazing Tando. Hey Tando, she's a legend. And the other one is a beautiful, beautiful dear friend who we unfortunately lost last year, Melisi. You are dearly missed, and we miss all your extra ways and your beautiful voice. And in a way, I feel like I'm singing with him again tonight. So I just want to have a big shout out to all the community who is loving him and missing him and thinking of him tonight.
All right. That's a beautiful sentiment. And, I'm sure there's lots of love everywhere.
Lots of love. So much love. Mayfam love everywhere.
Yeah, we love that.
So this is my man. So I want to encourage everyone to I'm going to get off my chair and do this.
Yeah.
I need my fan. I usually have my fan, but we'll just pretend. So yeah, please get out and have a boogie. It's one of my favourite Mayfield tunes, and it's actually a Mayfield song that we haven't, clearly no one's done any gigs for a while because I haven't played for a while, but that would be like most people. So yeah, this is my man, Mayfield. If you'd like to check us out again on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook or all the web stuff, please do. Spotify.
It's coming out the bottom of your screen right now.
Our album's on Spotify.
Yeah.
Please check it out. So this is my man.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'll let you set up Carla. My man, Carla Troiano.
Such a long time, and I can feel that you're starting to care. Something has changed. Something has changed. Holding my hand like you're my man, like you got something to say. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You're holding my hand like you're my man. Like you got the way that you look at me. I noticed a different way that you start to hold me. I sense a shift in your glance. Something has changed. Something has changed. Holding my hand like you're a man, like you got something to say. Ooh, you're holding my hand like you're a man, like you got something to say. Ooh, you're holding my hand, 'cause you're my man, 'cause you're my, 'cause you're my, 'cause you're my man, yeah, yes you are.
Wow. That was cool. That was funky. I'm sure there were people dancing.
Shit, I'm getting a drink. I was like, I'm going to get a drink.
Get a drink.
Am I allowed to do that?
Of course you are. Of course you are. Drink,
cheers.
drink. Yes. Cheers. Cheers. I'm being responsible. I'm having...
Oh, well, happy Saturday, everyone. Having a vodka soda.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Well,
I
they'll be...
was like, after the song, I was like, whoa. I was like...
You know what? Vodka Soda will be sponsoring us next week because of that little product placement.
Yeah.
So there
Vodka
you go.
soda and, wait. Vodka soda and.
And,
I feel like I'm on The Price is Right.
yeah.
And sing.
Carla Troiano,
Yeah.
9 to 5, Dolly Parton.
Oh, I never remember the words to this one.
Well, obviously, I'm like, working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living, barely getting by, it's all taking and no giving.
I can't remember the words.
That's good enough.
Yes, I told you I was.
That's good. That's good.
Together in another night. Crazy. I don't know, Carl.
My favourite part of the song is I call it the stumble song. Stumble out of bed and stumble in the kitchen, stumble into something, stumble. Yeah.
You know that, have you watched that documentary on Netflix?
About stumbling? I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Is that just like what's happening in lockdown? A lot of people probably stumbling.
Yes.
I'm just going to get another beer from the fridge. There's a Dolly Parton doco, and she talks about when she wrote that and that dun, 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 the start of it. And she wrote that by tapping her nails, I think.
Wow.
She was in her caravan. It's very
there you go.
Well,
all right.
I'm just going to say it's nails.
Yeah. Well, I will watch that. That's
She's really good. She's amazing. She's amazing.
Yeah. Hey, Carla, we've come to a special part of the evening. It's probably the most world famous segment that we have. It's Gig Chicken, and for those of us that are watching for the first time, all artists, cover band, corporate band, whatever, whenever you play a function, you always get chicken. They always give you chicken. They force chicken down your throat, and we call it Gig Chicken. And it's roast chicken, it's fried chicken, it's diced chicken, it's sliced chicken. Can you think of any other chickens?
Chicken burgers.
Chicken burgers, yes.
Chicken tenders.
Oh, you see? You're all chickened up.
Risotto, chicken pasta. What?
You know your chickens. Okay, so we're going to ask you a series of questions, but before we do that, we have to play the Gig Chicken Sting. Play the sting. There it is now, and you got to put up with the latency as well. So on the count of 3, I want you to go with me, Gig Chicken. You got to pick a harmony. I don't care what harmony. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Gig Chicken.
Can't tell I'm a lead singer. I was like, what did I got for a chair?
That's okay.
Gig. Can we do it again?
1, 2, 3. Gig Chicken.
No, wait.
No,
I'm terrible.
that's all right. That's all right.
Troiano.
You know what? It's probably not the most important part of the segment, but we had fun with it anyway.
Okay, good.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask a series of questions. If you get it right, Carla, if you get all the questions right, we will send Gig Chicken to you in the mail. Within 4 to 72 working days, you will receive warm chicken in the mail. So the first question of Gig Chicken, best gig you ever played?
Ooh, that's hard.
We ask the hard questions here.
Can I have two?
Can you have two questions? There's 5 questions.
Can I have 2 gigs?
You can have 2 gigs, absolutely.
Okay, so the first one would probably have to be the Mayfield album launch.
Awesome.
Which was pretty phenomenal. And then I'm probably I have to say another Mayfield gig. Sorry.
No, that's good.
It was at Chapel of Chapel.
Wow.
Yeah.
And where was the launch? Where was the launch at?
The launch was at the Gasometer.
Yep.
In Collingwood, which I hope can still stay. I think it's up for sale at the moment. Anyone want to buy the Gasometer? That was a sold out gig, and then the second one would have been Chapel of Chapel, another sold out gig. Just throwing in some
yeah.
There. But the reason that gig was amazing. But I also wore, speaking of costumes, a chain, a gold chain gown that was
wow. Is that a Tina Arena throwback? You're in chains?
Maybe there was like subconscious thing there. But a friend of mine, Christy Klein, who is a stylist, styled by Kiss, actually got me the gown on loan from a designer.
Wow.
It was pretty phenomenal. I mean, it was the most uncomfortable thing I've ever worn. But
yeah.
Selling out Chapel of Chapel was pretty good. But I don't know. There's so many. Let's just go with those $2. We'll be here for an hour and a half now.
Well, that's good. We've had so many artists that have answered that question, that have done massive gigs all over the country, all over the world.
Yeah.
But the gigs that they prize the most are the original gigs, because obviously that's your passion. That's why you become a singer.
That's the baby.
That's the baby.
And I think it's a big thing when you can get people to come to your original gigs. Come, force, same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Family, don't get a choice.
Same. So that they would be the 2 standouts for me.
Fantastic. Okay, question number 2, weirdest gig you've ever played?
Ooh. Played. I made some what's that thinking music? I need some elevator. Oh, okay. It would have been recently. I don't want to bag out the venue, but I'll just say it anyway. It was the George Ballroom, which is probably it's in St Kilda. It's one of the most beautiful venues ever. But it's definitely not built to play any music at all, except maybe an iPod speaker that's this big.
Right.
So I was there with a DJ band, and it had one of those sound restrictor things that every time you go over a certain decibel, the whole system would just shut down.
Oh, no.
So we had a saxophone, we had a trumpet, we had me, we had a DJ, and we had a percussionist. So it was pretty loud, I guess. And I'm trying to sing at first I was afraid, I was petrified. How do you sing that quiet? Yes. So every time, and then the dance hall was full. It was like for a product launch or something, and the dance floor was full, and they'd be like, go on now, go, and then the whole thing would just cut out.
Oh, no. I've done those gigs before. They are so annoying, and everyone on the dance floor looks at you as if it's your fault, don't they?
And I'm like, and then I would just look at the sax player and the trumpet player, keep playing something, keep playing the beat. And then the poor DJ, but there would just be no sound for 3 minutes. And I'd just be no, I'd be unmiked, and I'd be like, go on now, go, walk out the door, yeah, keep partying, get another champagne. And we had to do that for 3 sets, and it was just I walked out of there going, I don't even know what I just did. Yeah. So that was weird, yeah. I was like,
that is pretty weird.
I just got paid to sing, but I didn't really sing because I couldn't sing.
Yep. Those sound limiters or whatever they are, they're just...
Please don't put those in your venues.
bane of our existence. All right. Question number 3. Last time you were nervous?
Oh, like, I don't know, like an hour and a half ago.
But you had no reason to be now, though, did you? Because it's all nice. It's like a warm bath, isn't it?
It's just like, like riding a bike. Yeah, look, I was pretty nervous. I don't, coming on to here, I get, like good nerves. Yeah.
Good nerves. Yeah. Good. Okay. Now, this question I'm nearly going to have to change because everyone said the same thing. So I'll say most requested song, but if it's horses, then we'd refer.
Oh no, it's not horses.
It's not horses. Okay, good. Most requested song, please.
Oh, it has to be Valerie.
Oh yeah. Okay. Horses and Valerie. Yeah.
Valerie for sure. 100%.
Yeah. All right. So
it's a great song, but
it is. But after you've sung it 4,000 times,
I think I did a gig like probably towards the end of last year, and I think it was during that like time where you're doing, lots of gigs and you're finishing up for the year and it's all crazy. And I think I forgot the words. And the band's looking at me like, "Are you all right?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I've blanked." And lucky the crowd sang it for me. And I was like, "Oh, thank God, thank you."
Yeah. Yeah, the old singer's trick is you just point the microphone to them. Yeah, your turn. You sing it.
You do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Valerie.
Fantastic. Okay, Valerie, that's good. We've had a diversion from horses, so that's good. Question 5. Okay, this is for the Gig Chicken. This is to win Gig Chicken. Carla Troiano, most famous person you've met or performed for?
I reckon I'm going to win this chicken.
Oh, all right.
I met Stevie Wonder.
What?
Yeah. I met Stevie Wonder. It's the most bizarre. I'm going to condense this story so it's quick. I was in LA. I was with a friend of mine who had just flown into LA and her phone was broken. So we had to quickly go to our Airbnb, drop off our stuff, find an Apple store. So I'm not sure if anyone's been to this shopping centre, but it's a big outdoor shopping centre called The Grove in LA. So it's like a I guess maybe, or big outdoors, like kind of like the, what's that one in the Docklands called? I can't even remember now. Anyway.
Yeah, the Docklands store, yeah.
And we didn't have any Wi-Fi. Her phone was broken. I didn't have Wi-Fi or a SIM card or anything. I'm off buying makeup at MAC or something silly. And I walked back into the Apple store probably about 35 minutes, 40 minutes later, and she goes, "No, don't freak out. Stevie Wonder's over there." I was like, "What is that?" And then I was like, "Oh my God, he is." And he had headphones on, his glasses, his long braids, and he was doing the
oh, wow.
Stevie thing. And I burst into tears. And she's like, "Keep it together." And obviously he had his people around. And I was just like, "Oh, my God, he's so famous and such an influential artist." Mind explosion. Anyway, we weren't allowed to talk to him or have photos that we were, and his management picked 6 people to have a photo with him, and I was one of the 6.
Yes.
And I got to talk to him not very long, but he is very tall, which is not very hard for me. But he, around his presence, I think I cried for an hour afterwards, just because of obviously who he is and what he's done, and just phenomenal. And I think I blurted out like, "I'm an artist from Australia and I love you," and blah, 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 all this like, "Can I have a photo?" And their photo of me, I think I'm literally just smiling like this. like you can't even see my eyes. I'm so happy. So unfortunately I never got to perform for him, but I would probably say that moment was definitely top of my list.
That's a good one. We've had some good ones. Stevie Wonder is definitely up there. And I'm excited to announce, Carla, that you have won Gig Chicken. Chicken will be in the mail, delivered to you between 4 and 78 working days. Congratulations. You've won Gig Chicken. Play the sting. Play the sting. Gig Chicken. That was Gig Chicken, Carla. Can I hear a bit of Versace on the floor?
Let's take our time tonight. Go above us, all the stars are watching. There's no place I'd rather be in this world. Something underneath the chandelier. We're dancing all alone. Did I make that up? For this feeling inside right now. So baby, let's just turn down the lights and close the door. Ooh, I love that dress, but you don't need it anymore. No, you don't need it no more. Let's just dance to it naked, baby. Versace on the floor.
Yes, beautiful. Yeah. I hear those words a lot in songs. That na 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 na.
And then you've got to do the na na na.
Carla, you have been an amazing guest. Our guest on Tuesday night, another, I believe, a countryman of yours, Lorenzo Lanotti, is coming on Tuesday night.
Paisano.
Yeah, molto bene, Lorenzo. Now, we don't go away because we want a closing message from you, but we always finish our shows with another segment called Coping with Lockdown, and we just try and give our audience a little insight into how everybody around the world is coping with lockdown. And here we've got some indoor activities, some that maybe you shouldn't be doing indoors, like kicking the soccer ball around, and finishing off with kicking a football, not a great way. And do exercise with the girlfriend. Don't do it too close to the walls. Anyway, coping with lockdown, watch the video.
El área socioemocional de los niños, porque esa parte no está quedando bien. Perdón.
Thank you for coming, Chin Chin. Chin Chin, Chin Chin. Thank you, Chin Chin, guys. Chin Chin, Chin Chin, Chin Chin.
There you go. That last image of the girl flying through the wall is just, it's not the way to treat a lady. I'm sure your butterfly man wouldn't treat you like that.
Butterfly man. Love it.
I call him the butterfly man. Now, Carla, you have been an amazing guest. Thank you so much. And such a great sport as well to agree to me just randomly throwing songs out to you and being willing to, like, even if I just threw out an Adele song right now, like Rolling in the Deep.
There's a fire burning in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and tell me out, and I'll lay your ship bare. We could have had it all, rolling in the deep. There you go.
No. Stop.
Yes. Yeah. You seem to be getting sassier and sassier with every song. Is that the vodka? Did you take a big swig of the last bit of vodka?
I
No, really?
You know what it is when I was saying about I was nervous, right? It's like
Yeah.
when you do a gig and you're nervous about a gig and then you do it and then you go, oh, man, I wish I could do that again and not be that nervous. I really had like half of it.
Yeah. Well, you're definitely invited to come back on again, because when we're out of lockdown, it'll just be live from the lounge.
Live from the lounge.
Yeah. There'll be a pause there because we change the logo and everything.
Hopefully, if Jamie, beautiful Jamie, can't do a gig, maybe I can.
Of course.
There's some pretty big shoes there, but maybe I'll try.
Yeah, and a big shout out to Jamie, who's been a little bit unwell. So all our love to J Star. Hey, we always finish the night by giving our artists an opportunity to leave a message, whether it's a message of positivity or a message of, whatever you want it to be. You've got an audience. You've got thousands and millions of people all over the world.
Millions?
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing so much?
I probably just paid.
We add zeros to our audience just to make ourselves feel better. If we add zeros to our audience, that means that we've got 8,000 watching tonight. 3 zeros.
Hey.
So the floor is yours, Carla. Your message of positivity to the world.
First of all, I'd like to say a huge thank you to the Lockdown Lounge for having me.
So welcome.
This has really, really put a pep in my step, and I've just had such a good night. Thank you so much. I would also like to say a huge, huge thank you to everyone who's watching, who's tuned in. Thank you so much, and everyone who continues to support me and my career and art in general and music and live music around. Thank you so much, and please continue to do that. I want to say a big thank you and shout out to my family watching. I've got family in Italy watching. I've got friends and friends in LA, in New York tuning in, and of course all my beautiful friends in Australia and in Melbourne. And I need to do a little bit of a shout out to Savina, my little niecey. So hi, Savina. Auntie
Hey, can I do a shout out to Savina in my radio voice? Hi, Savina from Brian from the Lockdown Lounge.
My littlest fan, and she's adorable. Oh my God. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who has supported me during this time, and I hope that we can all be back doing what we love in any capacity, if it's not necessarily music, but just anything that we love doing. Hang in there, team. I know that it's been tough. I know that I've definitely had my moments. If you would like to follow me online, please check out carlatroiano.com, or you can check out Carla Troiano Music on Facebook, or I'm at Carla_Troiano on Instagram. Also, please follow Mayfield, my beloved Mayfield. And if anyone would like a copy of the record, please get in touch with me via my Instagram or the Mayfield Instagram, which is Mayfield Official, and I'll send you a copy with a big kiss on my head. They're on sale at the moment for $25 plus postage. I don't know. Thanks so much for having me. I'm getting all shy.
I don't believe it. You've just given the biggest farewell ever on our.
I feel like I'm giving my Oscars speech.
Yeah. You know what? Do you know what? Actually, by the time you finished, we're actually out of lockdown now.
The band. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Thanks, guys. Stay safe. Stay sane. Look after yourself.
No, we are. We're out of lockdown. By the end of that speech, we're out of lockdown. So thank you.
If anyone was at my 30th birthday, just FYI, and they heard my 30th speech, they went for about 2.5 hours. No, I'm not kidding.
No, well, it's beautiful sentiment. And that, like I said to you at the start, this show is about you. So, it's your floor, it's your camera, it's all yours. And to all those people watching all over the world, we actually get some UK visitors watching. We've got Italian visitors watching all around the world, live from the Lockdown Lounge. And you know what? I'm sure that if you're over in Italy or London and you want to buy a musical instrument, you can buy it from Cranbourne Music.
People over the world, right?
Oh, they would deliver all over the world. Their stores are open in Limbrook and Elizabeth Street City. You can shop online, you can click and collect, or you can get it delivered. Cranbourne Music are there for the musicians of now, the musicians of the future, and the Carla of the future. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching live from the Lockdown Lounge. I'm your host, Brian Rolt. I know this because it says so just down there. We've had a wonderful, wonderful Saturday night with the amazing Carla Troiano. We hope you have too. Join us on Tuesday night. Have a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there for tomorrow. And we'll see you soon. Good night.